Hi everyone, welcome to Ray's Reads. Today I am reviewing More Than Enough by Elaine Welteroth, and this book was like exactly what I needed for this point in my life. Um, and so I just it was on point. So I'm gonna make sure that I definitely talk on things. But basically, I know for me personally, I want to have a career in media and diversity and inclusion and making those things connect and in the intersection of them. And I've been a little scared, because I didn't necessarily think I had, the right internship, and I had been doing orientation with UNC for all 4 of my summers. And I was getting really scared and kind of only applying to student affair jobs and just not knowing or trusting that God had a plan and that I would be where I needed to be. And recently, I just got an internship with a production company, and I'm really excited for it. And it secured for me where I was need to be, right? And this book has encouraged me and said, "You are where you need to be, and keep pushing." And Elaine is a force to be reckoned with. There's multiple times in this book where she really pushed and did a lot of things for what she wants, stuff that I was scared of, and that she even said she didn't recommend because they were risky. But she put herself out there, and that's the type of woman that I want to be able to showcase my skills and show that I am worth it, right? And as Elaine says, more than enough. But she talked about so many different things in here. And she talked about discussing police brutality in a corporate office and how some people didn't even necessarily bring it up. And so she had to go throughout her day without it being addressed. And I know that it has been so overwhelming for me, and that she said she had to put up a wall so that she could get through her day. And I know I've been off social media right now because it's just so heartbreaking, and it's so much going on that I had to take a break. And it's not that I don't care, but that wall is going to break, and I need that wall up to protect myself. But at some point, it's going to break, and I'm going to have to face these things again. And it's the reality of our lives, which is so scary. But yeah, that's something that I had noticed was a similarity for me. And even she says in page 103 to 104, the world doesn't prepare girls, especially little brown girls, to see the bigness of their dreams. It doesn't train us to embrace the expansiveness of our own possibilities. So seeing our full potential isn't work we can do alone. We need the other women in our tribe, friends, sisters, mothers, professors. When women affirm women, it unlocks our power. It gives us permission to shine brighter. And that's something I've always been passionate about, women empowerment and women knowing that there is so much space for us and that we don't necessarily need to compete with each other. And it's not bad to compete for positions, but competing with each other on personality or the next guy that we can get, for heterosexual couples, and just thinking that there's more for us and there's more room for us to grow. And so I really love that she had pointed that out. And I even struggle with it myself, and being like, let me lean on people that have been in the field that know these things, because I'm not going to know all of the answers. Um, Let's see. On page 117, she says, I realize that if we aren't vigilant, we can move through our entire lives feeling smaller than we actually are. By playing it safe, unconsciously giving away our power, by dimming our radiance, by not recognizing that there is always so much more waiting for us on the other side of fear. But when we are brave enough to go there, to grab what we want, to tap into who we are, damn, it feels so good. And I think that's so amazing, because she talks about being scared to even say her dream out loud. And I know I've been scared to say that too, because when I'm like, oh, yes, I'm a communications major with a focus in performance studies, it's like, oh, okay, what are you going to do with that? I'm like, no, I don't know yet. The world's open to me, but I know now that I definitely need to be in media and the intersection of diversity and inclusion because that's something that is so important to me. And I feel comfortable saying it out loud now, thanks to this book, um, realizing in me and enlightening me to say my dream out loud so that it can become a reality. And then on page 286, she talks about when she finally left Teen Vogue, and how she wasn't sure if that was the right step for her because she didn't have a plan afterwards, right? And she was talking about Oprah says a death of a dream. Whether it is a promising romantic relationship, a cherished friendship, or a dream job, in the end, you can't help but daydream about the if onlys and what ifs. You mourn what could have been until you are forced to confront what it is over. And I just think that part was so amazing because I was thinking about, relationships when I wasn't ready to let go. And even thinking about coronavirus and what it started, and a lot of positions and opportunities I had to let go of because I had no choice, I had no say, and those things were going to be taken away. And so I've been faced with a lot of those, knowing that stuff is over and a death of certain dreams, right? But that there's always more dreams, and there's my ultimate dream of what I want to accomplish. And there's just a different path to get there, right? And just keep it in mind that there's an ultimate dream that you have, and that the little dreams might change, and that just might not be the path you need to get to that big dream. And so I really took away dreams and believing in myself to accomplish those dreams and putting the work in to make them happen. So with a little bit of fate, with a little bit of faith, and then also a lot of work, those things can happen. And so I'm trying to go forth fully in that and continue to be inspired by other women and learn from them as well. So I hope you all enjoyed this book. And if you haven't read it, definitely get it so that you are inspired in your own field, in your own passion of changing the world.